everyone, and welcome to this video. Today you're watching a review for the Clarisonic Sonic Radiance Brightening Solution Cleansing Kit. We have here in this kit 3 skincare products, 2 face wash products, and 1 serum item, as well as included the Clarisonic Aria. Now, for those who have been watching my videos for a long time, you would know that I am a die-hard advocate of the Clarisonic system as a whole. Up to this year, counting this year, I would have had my own Clarisonic for 6 years now. It's still going strong, and during the holidays, the past holiday season, Clarisonic actually sent me this kit to try out and get my opinion on it. So I wanted to share that with you in a video format, as I thought it would be much more informative for this type of review. So let's begin by looking at exactly what is inside. First off, of course, you get your Clarisonic Aria, which looks like this. Now, this is a travel size, compact, scaled down version of the Clarisonic Original, which, if you ever see in stores, is quite significantly bigger and a little bit more substantial. Of course, it also comes with a charging dock that looks like this. I believe this color in the pearly dusty pink finish is exclusive to the Clarisonic Radiance Kit. You can buy the Aria on its own for $230 without any of the other extra skincare, just the tool on its own. So that's your price point. Now, what's special about the Aria itself is that it has a bit of a different charging mechanism versus the other tools. So this one actually allows you to charge via a USB plug, or if you pop that onto the main section here, you can charge it into a wall plug, as with all Clarisonic tools. And as with all the tools, they are watertight and sealed. There are no loose pieces that are supposed to come off, except for the brush head, which twists off like so. But this is watertight and sealed, meaning you can use it in the shower, you can use it in the bath without any worries. Now let's get a little bit more up and personal with the tool itself. Now, the Aria, like I said, is the travel-sized, smaller version of the original Clarisonic. I've been a user of the Clarisonic MIA, which I will show you in just a second towards the end to do a little cross comparison, but size-wise they are about the same. Now, the Aria actually has 3 cleansing speeds, which is delicate, universal, and powerful. The brush head that comes with the Sonic Radiance Kit, and which you can buy separately on its own as a refill, is the Radiance brush head, which looks a little bit different than a standard Clarisonic brush head, which I have on this side, and this is the Radiance version. Personally, I find that the Radiance brush head is quite gentle compared to my normal brush head. It has a lot more fuzziness to it. It is a bit softer to the touch and doesn't feel as quite as stiff, so a little bit more plush, so we say. Maybe that's the right adjective. Now, I will say one thing I am not happy about this. As soon as I got it and fluffed it up myself, is I realized there are a lot of stray, untrimmed, unfinished hairs. I mean, there is one giant piece of brush hair right here that should not be looking like this, and it's just not trimmed properly. And for the price that you are paying for either the refill brush head or for the set itself, this really shouldn't happen. So I started off using this twice a day, morning and night. In the morning on the delicate setting, and at nighttime using the medium setting. The medium setting is just about the same in terms of how it feels as to the Clarisonic MIA Original, which only has 1 speed setting, like I mentioned. So I tried that out for a little bit and found it to be just a tiny bit too much for my skin. So then I bumped this down to once a night cleansing, and just using it on the medium setting, sometimes on the high setting during nighttime. And once in a while, I still will use it in the morning on the very delicate setting. So I've been switching it up between those. I can get about a 1.5 to 2 week usage of daily usage from one single full charge. Now, this will depend on whether you're using it on the delicate setting, the medium, universal, or the powerful setting. That will dictate how fast the battery goes. But it has been charging up well, with no issues in those terms. And I noticed that with the powerful setting, it is quite strong. So if you do have sensitive skin, I will recommend you stick to the delicate, or even the universal is fine, and just use a light touch and don't smush this hard onto your face. You may want to know that the Clarisonic tools, all of them, have the exact same technology. So although the Aria gives you 3 different speed settings, the actual function of the brush and the way that it oscillates, meaning that instead of the brush spinning in one direction or the other direction, it actually goes back and forth like this, kind of like your electric toothbrush if you use one of those things. So the outside bristles are stationary and the inside part can oscillate back and forth at a speed of about 300 movements per second, which in my opinion is very impressive and is what still draws me to the Clarisonic range after all these years. Now on to the actual skincare products which come as a part of the set. Now this entire set, the focus of it is really meant to give you brightened, more illuminated skin overall, to tackle any sunspots, acne scarring, anything left over from blemishes or just a dull complexion. And it is meant and formulated for all skin types and skin tones to begin with. So I want to start off with the Skin Illuminating Cleanser, which is a cream cleanser meant to be used for daytime. I do like this out of all 3 products. It is quite of a milky type of cleanser and it's quite sticky, shall we say. If I use it on the Clarisonic brush head, it foams up just fine. If I'm using it just with my bare hands, it's a little bit hard to work with the cleanser and work it into a good lather. It does have a very creamy feel on the skin and doesn't seem to dry out my skin. So it is a good option for daytime, and sometimes I also like using it at night as well if I'm not wearing any makeup or anything like that. Then moving on to the Skin Renewing Peel Wash, which is the PM Nighttime Cleanser. This was not good for my skin. I actually still have the majority of this too because every night or every time I used it, my skin would peel and then the next morning it would continue to peel. It just wouldn't stop peeling. So what is in here is an alpha hydroxy acid solution, which I think might be just a bit too much for my skin or just doesn't sit well with my skin type. Then thirdly, I want to talk about quickly the Brightening Activator Serum, which is meant to help fade and prevent dark spots. This has a very lightweight, almost slightly milky consistency to it. It's very comfortable to put on the skin. You don't need a whole lot of product to cover your entire face. You can use this morning and nighttime, which is what I did while I was trying out this product. However, I will say, although it's lightweight and it's good for layering with other skincare products, this in itself is by no means moisturizing, at least not for me. I have easily dehydrated skin, although I have a combination skin type. I found that I really needed a heavy-duty moisturizer on top of it, especially since I was trying out this kit during the winter time over here in Canada, and it does get, a bit cold still. So for me, I found this to work right around the 3-week mark. I wasn't noticing anything the first week, the second week, but by the 3rd week, I did start to notice visible improvement in the overall brightness of my skin tone, especially over the top section of my forehead, which tends to be a shade or 2 darker than the rest of my skin and definitely darker than my natural color in my chest area and the rest of my body. So it does take a while to work, and I do think that it does work. However, for the price that you are paying for the serum or just for the skincare kit overall, I think there are other products which work very similarly, at least for my skin, to give me good results, even if better results at times without the same price tag. And as with all skin brightening products, I do want to reiterate that because the active ingredients are different, everyone will have slightly different reactions and results with especially skincare and skincare brightening products. So for me, while I can say this does work and it takes a bit of time to work, this would not be my first choice personally if I were to be choosing my own skincare out of everything I can get my hands on. Lastly, I want to do a quick cross comparison between the original MIA, which is still for sale currently. This is my old one of about 6 years old, as well as the Aria or the MIA 3. So I'll give you a quick look in terms of the size. They are quite comparable in size, with the Aria being slightly longer and just more slender overall. Now this doesn't quite feel as ergonomical in my hands as the original MIA does. When I first got it, I definitely noticed that I tend to be very top heavy. So the head really just it's very heavy and it kind of droops down, so when you're holding it you definitely feel that, and the handle, the shaft over here, is just a bit more lightweight. I do prefer the more balanced weight of the original MIA design. I believe if you go to the store and buy it right now, they haven't changed the design of the original MIA. So this is the Aria or the MIA 3, much more modern, much more slender, and this is the chubbier version, the original MIA, which by the way, I do prefer. It's just a personal preference. Now, in terms of how they work, the technology is the same. I do want to reiterate that. Don't feel like that you're getting a downgraded version just because you don't have the money or the budget to really afford a higher version of the Clarisonic. The technology is the same. I don't think you're getting a lesser product, even if you buy the very pared down version, which is this, the MIA. So the MIA only has one speed setting, and the Aria has 3. The delicate, universal, and powerful. I would say that if you do have very sensitive skin and you're looking for that option of stepping down to a slightly gentler scrub with the Clarisonic tool, go with the Aria. It does give you the three strength settings when you're cleansing your skin, you know, the delicate, universal, and the powerful. And also, if you do plan on sharing a Clarisonic tool with other members of your family that you're living with, do choose the Aria because I feel like you get more options over there, and you can just buy one tool and have everybody get their own brush head, and you can all share the cleansing tool and still get the same experience. However, if you're on a very limited budget and you're still kind of on the fence about the Clarisonic tool as a whole, I would still go with the MIA, which is the most inexpensive version, running you at $145 Canadian, versus the Aria, which is currently at $230 Canadian. So is one better than the other? Not really, just depends on what you need. And like I said, if you're planning on sharing this with other people in your household, get the Aria. If you're just trying it out for yourself for the first time, you're not certain about it, get the MIA. It is the least expensive for the same type of technology that you are getting in the Clarisonic tool. The Clarisonic, either one, any of these, is not a treatment product in itself. It is a cleansing tool. I really want to make that clear. It is not going to give you overnight miracle results. It is not a treatment product. It helps to cleanse your skin. I feel like it helps to massage your skin. It helps for your other skincare products to absorb better into your skin, and just for your skin texture to feel more refined and smoother overall. And through the long term, it will, for most people, help them with their skin. If you already started off with beautiful, perfect, you know, close to perfect skin, you're one of those people, I really don't think the Clarisonic is going to be a significant improvement in your life. However, if you do have problematic skin, you have large pores, you have slightly more mature skin, you have acne prone skin, this might be something to consider to work in as part of your routine. Just because you have the Clarisonic, and if you're not using the right skincare with your Clarisonic, it is not going to solve all your problems. You really need to pair this with good skincare, as this is just a cleansing tool. But it's a great cleansing tool, and it is one that I cannot live without. I mean, my MIA, my original, still runs exactly the same as the first day I got it. I'm still in love with it. It still charges up just fine, and I've had no problems with it. So after 6 years, still going strong. So I think these are very well made tools. They are high quality. I think you do get what you pay for, and to this day, nothing has replaced my Clarisonic tools. So that is my review on both the Clarisonic Sonic Radiance skincare as well as the Aria. If you want to see before and after photographs of how the skincare products worked on my skin through a period of about a month and a half, I will have the link to my corresponding blog post down below in the information bar. Please click on that to get any further details and see before and after skin photos. Should you have any more questions and comments and concerns and just whatever's going on in your head about the Clarisonic, please leave it down below in the comments for me. I've used the system for quite a long time, like I said, and hopefully I can help you out with your questions. So until next time, have a wonderful day, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.